I do like this photo of Ron. I feel like it's very Ron, but he also just kind of looks like someone that's gonna be there to eat. Like I think Ron might have thought the round table meant like a big old dinner, and that's why he actually signed up for this show. I don't think Ron knows what he's getting himself into, to be honest. What is up, everybody? I wanted to do something kind of fun today. With the Traitors starting next week, I will give my cast assessment sometime next week as the premiere gets closer. But today I wanted to rank the cast members by their cast photos that they shot for the Traitors US season 4. I thought that would be a fun thing to do for our first impressions of these people for the first time on this channel. But I'm just going off of their photos. We're going to start with the worst photo, and that is Donna Kelce. I mean, this barely posing, looking like some old librarian, looking like someone that you would find in the Midwest that would be very naggy and annoying. I'm just going to say this now. I don't want to give too much away before my cast assessment, but I'm not going to be rooting for Donna Kelce this season. I don't care if that pisses any Swifties off that find the channel. I've made videos on Ariana Grande being a homewrecker, and I will happily make videos on why Taylor Swift sucks, because she's an awful billionaire too. So hopefully the Swifties leave me alone. But Donna Kelce, my least favorite casting, and she has the worst photo too. Next up is Yam Yam from Survivor, who also looks a hot mess in this photo. I'm sorry, I don't know what he's wearing. It looks like he borrowed it from Donna Kelce, actually. So Yam Yam not really bringing it. I like his hair and his beard, but from the neck down, it is not working. At least he's doing the pose, holding his jacket and all, because as we're going to see, a lot of the guys in these photos have one pose and one pose only. And that's just with their arms crossed. Yeah. So let's move on to some of those. Colton is the first one that I have as the worst of the arms folded. He kind of looks like someone who maybe plays a lawyer on TV or something, but either way, I don't know him because I don't watch The Bachelor or The Bachelorette. I don't know which one he was on. We'll discuss that more next week. But with this pose, I would be surprised if he was The Bachelor, because he doesn't look like a catch to me, and he's not going to be able to catch with his arms crossed. The next one is another one with his arms crossed, that being Steven. We have a random actor from One Tree Hill on this season. The way the show cast is so odd and interesting to me. We got a bunch of reality stars, but then they also put in a random actor or two, a few athletes, some random people from England. This is one of those randoms. I like this one a little more than Colton because at least he has a watch in the photo. Not that it means much to me. I don't know if it's a nice watch or not, but it kind of comes off better than Colton's boring photo. Next up is Caroline. She is another person with her arms crossed in front of her. I think she is the only woman with her arms crossed in front of her. So for that basic pose alone, I had to put her on the bad end of the photos. I actually think she's someone I might end up liking because of things I've heard about her before the show has started, but we'll discuss that next week. As for this photo, though, it's definitely one of my least favorite photos of the women that are not named Donna Kelce. Sorry, but Rob Has a Podcast is next. He's not really even having a pose. He's just standing there and smiling. He looks happy to be there. He looks happy to be cast on another show after all these years. It's unfortunate that his photo was just basic white guy standing and smiling, though. So I really couldn't give him any higher on the rankings of cast photos. Next up is Lisa Rinna. She's doing the hands on her hips pose. I like the pose. Hate the cheetah print. That's my only problem with the photo. Cheetah print is so tacky to me. She just looks so tacky in this photo. She's giving soap opera. She started on soap operas, so I do like the pose. I do like the look. If she just wasn't wearing the cheetah print, she might be higher in my rankings. Rob R is next. He is our last arms crossed person, I believe, but at least he has the arms to cross. Like, those are the... If you're going to cross your arms in a cast photo, at least be fit. So I'll give Rob that. He looks like he means business. All of the preview I've seen of Rob isn't looking good for Rob, but we'll talk about that next week. But he's looking like someone that's going to be an early boot. But at least his picture was the best of the arms crossed, so I'll give him that credit today. Ian Terry is next. He looks like he is trying to be menacing, and it's just hard for me to take Ian as menacing. But he is a smart guy, and maybe that is menacing in a game like this when a lot of people can be so dumb. It's actually a good look. I would have gave it a little higher. I wouldn't give it too high. But I do like the look. I like the clothes he has on. I like the way he is trying to look menacing. It's just that Ian is not menacing. And our next person is also trying to look menacing, and that is Michael Rappaport. I would have loved to put him lower because I know a lot of people out there find him annoying or just don't like him. And I also do find him annoying. I feel like he is trying to also look menacing in this photo, and it's kind of working, but he also just kind of looks creepy. It's very creeper energy. So while his menacing works better for me than with Ian, he's still kind of giving creeper. Next up is Ron Funches, who just looks extremely happy. Very happy to be there, I think. Another kind of random casting. We have a comedian, but he also does some acting. I was just watching him on Loot yesterday. As you could probably tell, a lot of the girls are going to probably be higher. Maybe that is a personal preference of mine. I don't know. But I also think a lot of them are just serving more than most of the guys. I do like this photo of Ron. I feel like it's very Ron, but he also just kind of looks like someone that's gonna be there to eat. Like I think Ron might have thought the round table meant like a big old dinner, and that's why he actually signed up for this show. I don't think Ron knows what he's getting himself into, to be honest. But his picture, one of the better guys because it fits him. The next one is it's a very basic photo. It's Tara Lipinski. She's giving our white woman version of Rob Has a Podcast pose. So it's a very basic picture, but she does look good in the picture, so I didn't give her too low. We're probably getting to the middle of the pack here. I feel like it's a very middle of the pack picture because it is so basic, but it's fine. I had a hard time figuring out where to place Dorinda in these rankings as far as looks go. I'm also not too happy that she's back because I didn't feel like she brought much last season, although I guess she didn't get a chance to. But I also feel like she's one of those people that don't understand the game like a lot of housewives seem to do. Her jacket is also very ugly. So I like the look, but it's also ugly, and so that's why I had a hard time deciding where to put her in the rankings. It's probably a very expensive jacket. You know, those housewives like to try and wear expensive things, or at least knockoffs of expensive things. So it's probably very expensive, but it's also very ugly. But I still put her in the middle of the pack because I couldn't give all those basic people and all those basic poses too high in the rankings. Next up is Monet. She is really trying to serve here. I like the pose. I hate the colors. That's the only reason I didn't put Monet higher. I am looking forward to Monet, although she won't be no Bob the Drag Queen, although she might do better than Bob the Drag Queen. But Monet tried. I like the pose. The colors are very ugly. It looks like he and Yam Yam like decided to bring the same kind of jacket, but just one blue and one red. And clearly I have a problem with that style of colors. So still high in my rankings though, because we're really getting into the elite now. I love Natalie. She looks all business in this photo. She is all business when she comes to play a game. I don't know how well she will do this season. I think she could have actually did a little better in this pose, but it's still a great cast photo. I'll always be a Natalie Anderson fan, even if she is an early boot this season, which I fear she might be because I don't see her being a traitor. Next up is Johnny Weir. I think he's serving. I think he brought us a bow. I think Christmas might be over, but he's still serving Christmas bow realness with this bow tie thing he has. It looks like he wrapped himself to be the gift of the season. I hope he is a gift this season and actually brings us some good TV. So, good cast photo by Johnny Weir here. Time to start butchering more names. It looks like, her last name is Kish? Kristen Kish? I don't know. She looks badass in this photo, I thought. I think she's obviously pretty, and I think that her attire is one of the better attires we've seen in this cast photo because it just fits her. So she looks like someone who could be a very, like, just going off of looks. If you were just going off of looks, she looks like someone that could be a good traitor. She looks like she is there to play. She looks like she is there to take the game seriously, which I appreciate. Or she might just be great at posing. That's a possibility too. A good cast photo though. Porsha is next, right outside of my top 5. I feel like she is serving face here, which she usually does. But if the attire was a little better, I probably would have put her higher. I don't exactly know what it is. It could almost be a onesie type deal. But if you take that away, I feel like Porsha is trying her best to serve in this photo. And in spite of the pink kind of ugly clothing, because apparently the housewives just want to be tacky. Lisa Rinna in that cheetah print, Dorinda in that ugly jacket, and now Porsha's giving us onesie realness, but still a good photo. Starting the top 5 is Eric Nam. I have no idea who this guy is, but he's obviously a pretty boy. And I feel like it's also giving very soap opera, which I like. He would be great in a soap opera, giving us a soap opera stare. That's kind of what I'm getting from this picture. And I think that's probably why I put it so high, because it was kind of giving soap opera. He's by far my highest guy, I think. I can't see the rest of my photos, but I don't think I have another guy in the top 5. So good for Eric Nam. It's good to be a pretty boy, I guess. Next up is my girl Candace. She is also looking like someone who is ready to... She already looks like she's ready to read a bitch, to be honest. And maybe that's why I like the photo. And that's kind of what I'm hoping from her. In this picture, she looks like someone that would be a treacherous traitor, or someone that could really bring it in the round table. I feel like this photo is just very Candace. An entertainer, but she's also not someone you want to mess with because her mouth can be out of control. So I'm looking forward to her, obviously. We'll talk about her more next week, but I also like her cast photo. Oh, I lied. We have another guy in the top 5, the top 3. It is Mark Ballas, or however you say his last name. Go on ahead and loosen that tie. I like the pose, I think. I don't know why, but I think it's just better than most of the other poses we've saw, especially from the guys who all just want to cross their arms or just stand there. He went for the I'm loosening my tie. I hope he lets loose on the season and brings something to the show. I think he's like a dancer on Dancing with the Stars. Don't quote me on that, because I'm just looking on photos. I've done no research for the people I don't know, which Mark is one of them. So don't know much about him. He has the best photo of the guys by far, except for Eric Nam. Number 2 is Mara Higgins, a Love Island UK star. She hosts a lot of after shows for Love Island, including in the US. I just love the pose. She looks like a villain. I don't know if that means she will be a villain. I could see her as a traitor, but she just looks like someone that means business. The pose is kind of powerful. The look, the face is serving. So great picture by Mora, but the top photo has to go to Tiffany from Big Brother. She is also looking like someone who is ready to fuck shit up. That's what this picture is giving to me. Tiffany is ready to fuck shit up. Hopefully in a good way, because in Big Brother sometimes it was in a bad way. You know, I was not the biggest Tiffany fan back in BB23 when I covered that season here on the channel. She used to do too much. So I'm hoping that if she is there to fuck shit up, it's going to be easier to fuck shit up as a traitor. If she is a faithful, though, it could definitely blow up in her face. It also looks like she borrowed those gloves from Dorinda, because those gloves probably go way better with Dorinda's jacket than with what Tiffany is wearing, but I still think Tiffany looks great. Maybe she will wear that during the season and say, if the gloves don't fit, you must acquit, and then they end up being Dorinda's. That would be the ultimate way to set Dorinda up. I'm so stupid. All right, I'm gonna end the video on that note. Tiffany's looking great. I'm excited for this cast overall. There's some people I don't know. I'll do my research to give my actual real cast assessment next week.